Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Obviously, the loss to Arkansas, not on my bingo card for the 2024 season, not something that I was expecting to happen. Clearly, based on the conversations, the talks, the videos, the live streams we've had on this channel over the last week or two. But look, I thought this football team could easily be sitting here at 4-1 going into the Florida game coming up on Saturday night. It is what it is. And sometimes I think we overreact, we panic, we freak out, we want to blame people, we want heads to roll, everybody is angry. Sometimes I think we need a refresher of where this football team was at. Big Orange Mac on Twitter tweeted this out yesterday, and I love it. It's a reminder. Where was this football team at when Josh Heupel took over? After 3 years with Derek Dooley, Tennessee was 15-21. 5 years with the used car salesman Butch Jones. Tennessee was 34-27. 3 years with Jeremy Pruitt, 16-19. Do we need a reminder of the mass exodus of players when Josh Heupel took over? After Saturday's loss to Arkansas, Josh Heupel is 31-13 at Tennessee. I think that is just a reminder of what Josh Heupel has done. And I kind of said this after the loss to Arkansas. Some of the great things they've done this year alone, look, those still stand. Nico's breaking the most passing yards in a half. That still stands. Most points in the modern era for Tennessee. That still stands. And I get it. I'm not excusing a loss to Arkansas, but Tennessee still has plenty to play for. The players and Josh Heupel both met with the media yesterday. Some interesting comments, because I think what you're going to hear a lot this week from us, from talking heads, from national media, from coaches, from players, is how do they respond? How do they bounce back after the loss to Arkansas? Because they still have everything in front of them. And if you can't get fired up, if you can't get ready to go play with the Power T on your helmet and the Florida Gators coming to town and the Alabama Crimson Tide coming to town, then maybe you're in the wrong business. I think Tennessee still has plenty to play for. We're going to listen to some comments from Josh Heupel. We're going to hear what Miles Kitselman had to say about Nico. How is Nico responding to adversity? I like what Miles Kitselman had to say. We're going to get into it, talk about it. But as always, I need you guys to do that YouTube stuff. Just smash the thumbs up for me just below the video. It is quick, free, and easy, and it helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if it's your first time here, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We're not reporters. We're not journalists. We don't pretend to be that. What this channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live later tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, playing EA Sports College Football, but also hanging out, talking Vol football. It's a laid-back, chill stream. Come join us for that. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night at 7, Talkin VAWLS Live. We'll start digging into this Florida game coming up on Saturday. Friday morning, 10 a.m., Coach Jay back in the house. We're going to get you geared up and ready to go. But let's go hear Josh Heupel's opening comments of how this team is dealing with the loss and how you flush it and move forward to the Florida Gators coming up on Saturday.
You look back at the football game and how we get better. Whether you win or lose, it's important by the time you go out on the field with the guys that you flush it, you move on, and as competitors, you're only as good as your next one. Everybody in the building disappointed with the outcome on Saturday night. You can't do anything about that at this point other than take the lessons and push forward and continue to grow as a football team. And so in that way, no matter what happened the previous week, you got to move on. Guys were good. Took the information and had good demeanor out on the practice field. So important for us that we get off to a good start and prepare the right way, just like it is every single week. For us this week, coming back home, excited to be back in Neyland Stadium. It's been a month since we got a chance to be in there, playing there, and see our fans. So looking forward to seeing them. We need to create a great environment. I know we will, like always. We need to have the Neyland effect in effect on Saturday night. And, it's our responsibility as a football team to prepare and practice the right way to go play. But our fans need to be a huge part of the environment and the football game as well. So looking forward to it. Florida's playing their best ball right now. They've continued to get better throughout the course of the season. That's really in all three phases. Defensively, long, athletic, have speed. Offensively, both of the quarterbacks are playing really good football right now, and offensive line is really solid. So I'll open it up.
He talks about it's our responsibility as a football team, as players and coaches, to handle things the right way, go about business the right way, get ready to play the right way. And it's concerning. I made a video on it yesterday and said, is this a problem? If you missed that video, go back and give it a watch. Hearing comments from Dylan Sampson post-game after the loss to Arkansas saying, hey, we went through the course of the week lackadaisical. We didn't handle business the right way. You didn't prepare, and it's coach speak, right? It's you got to focus on the details. You got to give a good Butch Jones 63 effort. What does that even mean? But if you got a player sitting there in front of the media saying maybe we took this for granted, maybe the rat poison, maybe we ate the rat poison, maybe it's the Talkin VAWLS network, maybe it's their fault. So again, what you're going to hear all week, how does this team respond? Coach Heupel own it. It's up to us, man. We got to prepare. We got to do things the right way. We got to get ready for the Gators. I saw where Austin Price last night on VolQuest said that he was told specifically by a player that this loss was a wake-up call for some of the players on this football team and that they're taking it more serious after this loss. I talked about this post-game, talked about it Sunday night. You know, Nick Saban said up there on College Game Day after Georgia lost to Alabama, said he texted Kirby Smart and reminded him, he said, hey, I had a team that we came off a loss, and it was the best thing that could have happened to us. Now, do you want to lose a football game? No, you don't. But how do you respond? Maybe if you got lackadaisical effort throughout the week in practice, and now this loss fires you up and wakes you up, everything's still in front of you. Everything is still in front of you. Every team in the SEC outside of Texas has lost a football game. And again, if you can't get fired up for Florida coming to town, if you can't get fired up for Alabama coming to town, maybe you're playing for the wrong football team, because these are the two that matters. When you come to Tennessee, you come to Tennessee to beat the Gators, to beat Alabama, and to beat Georgia. And it's all in front of you. Now, Heupel said there, Florida's playing good ball right now, getting better every week. That's, you know, we've seen this before. I've heard this story before. Beginning of the year, we're better than Florida. We got better talent. We got better coaches. The closer we get to game week, all of a sudden, well, Gators playing pretty good. The Gators are pretty good. I'm scared. I'm starting to get scared of the Gators. That team that we said was terrible, that team that we talked about, Billy Napier was on the hot seat, going to get fired. He won't even make it through the season. We get to this game, and all of a sudden, battered ball syndrome kicks in. Florida's playing good ball right now. They're a good football team. Are they? Vegas still likes Tennessee. Got them at a 15.5-point favorite. 2-touchdown favorite. ESPN FPI likes Tennessee, 86.9%. You can comment and say, Boogie, we saw how that worked out last week. That's what you said last week. Yeah. Is Florida playing good ball right now? They got blown out by Miami. They got beat by 2 touchdowns against Texas A&M. They beat Sanford. Last 2 weeks, they beat Mississippi State 45-28. They beat UCF 24-13. Are they playing good ball, or are they playing inferior talent? Because if you want to talk about inferior talent when Tennessee's winning, then we're going to talk about inferior talent when the Gators are winning. Now, a lot of talk this week about the offense, about Nico. People say he's not worth the $8 million. I think we probably need to wait and let his career play out before we start talking about, oh, he's not worth it. We're going to define Nico by one game, because let me tell you something. His career will not be defined by one game against Arkansas. It's just not. That's not how it works. I said it last year with Joe Milton. I'll say it again this year with Nico. I'm going to take it on a game-by-game basis. Nico did not play good against Arkansas. He didn't. Miles Kitselman was asked specifically about how Nico was dealing with it. Let's take a listen.
You and some of the other guys have often talked about how when something doesn't go well for Nico or the offense, he takes it on himself. What was he like after the game and then today at practice as well?
Yeah, as you can imagine, Nico was pretty torn up, trying to put a lot of blame on himself. I put a lot of blame on myself as well there at the end of the game. But biggest thing is keeping each other up, being positive, trying to learn from the mistakes that we had. Nico coming in today and spending a lot of time in the film room, a lot of time in the treatment room, trying to get back and trying to, stay healthy and all that kind of stuff. So just, trying to take that next step of being a leader.
That's what leaders do. Leaders put it on themselves. Leaders take the blame. Leaders pick you up. I love both sides of that. Miles Kitselman specifically mentions there at the end of the game. I'm assuming he means the little route right around the 5-yard line. Nico throws it hot. He throws it high. Kitselman goes up, tries to make a play, doesn't make the catch. I'm sure Nico says, sorry, that's a bad throw. That's on me. Kitselman says, I got to catch that. That's on me. That's what leaders do. They take the blame. And I like that Nico's upset. I like that Miles Kitselman's upset. I like that Dylan Sampson's upset. Good. Now, if you got some players, you got some teammates on this team that aren't taking this serious, maybe now they'll start to take it serious. But if you're one of these guys out there saying Nico's not worth the money, Nico's terrible, Nico's this, Nico's that, maybe you need to pump the brakes a little bit. Maybe we need to see how they respond. And it's not just Nico, it's the entire offense. Yes, Nico did not play good. First one to say that. Heupel said later in his media appearance that it takes all 11 guys doing ordinary things at a really high level. That's dumb, that's basic, that's coach speak, but that's also football. It takes all 11 guys. If Lance Hurd's out here whiffing on a block, what's Nico supposed to do? If your wide receiver's running a route 3 yards short, what's Nico supposed to do? If wide receivers aren't creating separation, what's Nico supposed to do? If designed runs to Nico aren't being called, what's Nico supposed to do? I hope we see that on Saturday. You got to get Nico involved in the run game. You have to. Heupel was specifically asked by Austin Price, what's the problem with the offense? What's the problem with the tempo? He said self-inflicted wounds, pre-snap penalties, in-play penalties, miscommunications, wide receivers running the wrong route, Nico not being accurate. There's a lot of blame to be shared. But the bottom line is how you going to respond, because the Florida Gators come to town on Saturday night. What do you guys think? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. You can go get the official merchandise of the Talkin VAWLS Network. You can support this channel by becoming a member. You get a power tee beside your name. You get access to custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, fan call-in shows, all kinds of perks and benefits, but it also helps this channel. You can hit the join button. It's right there beside subscribe. If you're on an iPhone, you got to click the link. All the links to the merchandise, to the memberships, it's all in the description below. We appreciate your support. This show does not exist without you. So we are grateful for everybody that financially contributes to this channel, but I also understand, hey, maybe you can't. Maybe you can't financially contribute. That's great. We still want you to be a part of the community. So hit the thumbs up. That's quick, free, and easy. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it, because this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.